Greetings, Four Color fans. Welcome back here to another Metarog Thursday video. Today I'm doing sort of an update video for the 1992 through 1994 Marvel Vintage Packs, perhaps better known out there as the Penney reprints, although as you'll see there's more to it than that. But regardless, about more than 4 years ago, I made videos for each one of the vintage packs, 1992, 1993, and 1994. And then about 3 years ago, I did an identification guide video so that you could see the differences and be able to tell, so that if you're trying to buy the original, you'll be able to differentiate those from the reprints, and if you want to find the reprints, how to differentiate those as well. I'll put a link to those 4 videos below. The identification video, I think, goes through most of the all 3 packs. So in case you want, you don't want to see all of them out there. But what happened is I found an article, and I will show you that article. It is in Hero Illustrated magazine. As you can see, this nice cover here, and it's from November. Is it? Yeah, November 1994. Okay, see there. So this was right around when the 1994 vintage pack would be coming out. I believe it came out Christmas or so of '94, and this article adds some information that I did not know of, and I bet most people didn't. Although, and there was some information here which is incorrect or perhaps not complete. Okay, so we're going to read through the article. It's a really short one, and go through the various points contained herein, right? Again, it says Marvel Comics announces release of 1994 vintage packs. Marvel Comics announced the release of their 1994 vintage packs, which feature reprints of various Marvel titles done by some of Marvel's best-known talents, including Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Harlan Ellison, Marv Wolfman, Gene Colan, Jim Steranko, and John Buscema. This is the 3rd year in which the Marvel vintage packs have been offered. And again, as I stated, there's a 1992 Marvel vintage pack, which has a pack of 20 issues, 1993, which has a pack of 20, and then 1994 is actually 15, okay? But again, we'll talk more about that later. According to Paul Curtis, administrative assistant for Marvel Comics, the idea for the packs grew out of a tiny corner of Marvel's sales division. The success of Marvel's 2 packs, which offered 2 issues of popular titles such as Barbie, X-Men, or Disney Adventures bagged together, convinced them that a larger block of reprints would sell to the public. The 1992 vintage packs were offered to comic retailers through Spiegel and Penney. Now, this is the first one where I did not know, and I don't think it's common knowledge, that Spiegel, the Spiegel catalog had them. I've never heard of anybody buying them through there or finding that catalog with the Marvel vintage packs. I do know that Sears had it in 1992, so either they messed up Spiegel with Sears, or there's an additional outlet for these vintage packs, which would be through the Spiegel catalog. All right, let's continue. The choice of which issues to reprint was based on sales figures, and the issues were no more than 3 or 4 years old. And yes, if you go back to the 1992 vintage pack, you'll see that most of those are not key issues. They're just issues in the early 90s, late 80s, right? In 1993, Curtis, an active member in Wham, the official Marvel fan club, Wild Agents of Marvel or something like that, began polling the club's members to find out what the readers wanted to see reprinted. The results in 1993 and 94 have been collections of hard-to-find issues. The 1994 pack contains classic fights, Submariner versus The Thing. It's true. There is a Submariner 8 in there. First appearances, The Destroyer. Well, there is a Journey into, no, Thor Annual 2 with the Destroyer on the cover, but that's not his first appearance. But anyway. Hannibal King, that's true. There's a Tomb of Dracula 25. Adam Warlock, Fantastic Four 68. Debatable whether he was Adam Warlock at that point. He was really more the Cocoon and then, you know, him. But anyway, you can debate that. And Strange Forgotten Gems, Young Men 25, and Amazing Adult Fantasy 13. That's true. These were all part of the 1994 vintage pack. The print run on the vintage packs is under 20,000. Now, that's another thing that we did not know, or I did not know at least. I had heard rumors that it was around 15,000 or so, but now we know it's under 20, so it could still be 15, I suppose. But okay, there we have a solid number. So again, you know, a fairly low print run there, especially for the 90s. And even though the project has not been excessively promoted, that's true, the collections are selling fast, even though they have been solicited to the direct market. And that's another thing that I had heard about in the past, anecdotally, that these were available through comic shops. But this is the first time that that's actually been, I guess, confirmed. Marvel maniacs who can't find vintage packs in their local comic book stores can still try to order them through the JCPenney catalog. That's true. I have the JCPenney catalog from 1993 and 1994, and they are in there. And again, I have the Sears page from 1992, and it's in there as well. It's also in the JCPenney 1992. So I've confirmed that. I have not confirmed the Sears 1993, but I'm assuming it's in there as well. So this is the full list available of the 1994 vintage packs. Amazing Adult Fantasy 13. I'm going to show you all these, by the way. Avengers 88, Captain America 109, Fantastic Four 66 and 67, Incredible Hulk 140, The Brute That Shouted Love at the Heart of the Atom. That's the Harlan Ellison story. Sergeant Fury 13, Spider-Man Annual 5, Submariner 8, Thor Annual 2, alternate cover. That's, again, the Thor Annual 2 I'm going to show you is the same cover. So on one of the pictures in the catalog, it shows a Journey into Mystery 1 cover. So maybe that's the confusion. But anyway, Tomb of Dracula 25, X-Men 28 with original printing error. The printing error was inside where Jean Grey was levitating a screwdriver to the Beast. And she said, here's the pliers you want. So again, that was a flub. And X-Men 62, 63, and Young Men 25. And down here it says, warning, warning, warning. Whenever a major comics publisher puts out any line of quality reprints, there are always unscrupulous dealers who try to pass them off as the real thing to unsuspecting buyers. Never heard of that before. The most famous example probably being DC's famous first edition series, which reprinted each Golden Age classic as Action 1 and Detective 27. These were reprinted in the original advertising intact, so when the outer cover was removed, they were exact copies of their originals, except in size, 13.5 by 10. Marvel's vintage packs have 1990s advertising, that's true, and are clearly marked in their indicia as second edition. It's actually second printing, but there is exceptions to that, because, for example, this Amazing Fantasy 13 does not have an indicia. So there is no indication that this is a second printing. Obviously it is, because it's got those 1990s ads. But it is definitely does not say second printing or second edition or anything like that, right? So let me just show you the rest of the 1994 set, just so you have, you know, something to to see in this video. But I just wanted to update that information, because that's a lot of information that, again, I didn't have. And at least, you know, I'm not saying that I am the foremost expert here, but I did write one of the early articles on these sets. And again, this was sold as a set, so these are all should be equally printed, or so equally scarce or equally available. And these did come in a pack, in a box, with all 20 issues. Well, these 15 issues here. And the others, I heard, came in a box as well. I bought my 94 set. I bought it all together as one lot. So there's no doubt that these are it. That's a really nice one. By the way, the ads inside, I mean, the footnotes inside, lead you to believe this is actually not a reprint from Sergeant Fury 13, but from Marvel Special Edition that reprinted that issue. And here's that Thor Annual 2. Look up Thor Annual 2 anywhere, you know, the original, and it looks to me exactly the same. If anybody sees anything different, let me know. Again, these are really nice comics to have, just because they are so unique, right? And again, they're fairly scarce. I mean, less than 20,000 out there. Probably a lot less at this point. And mine just happened to be minty fresh, which is rare for me. So I'm pretty stoked about having these and sharing it here with the community. And now we have a lot more updated information about these Marvel Vintage Packs. So I hope you enjoyed that update. Again, I'll leave links to my previous videos in case you're very interested and you want to know more information, etc., about these Marvel Vintage Packs. They were a blast to collect. Again, the 1994 I bought all together, and the 1992 I bought most of those in one, I think, a convention. 1993, I had to piece those together. I think I probably mentioned that in those videos. But anyway. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching and supporting here Metarog's channel. I really do appreciate it. It's been a great 4.5 years. I'm going to be 5, I guess, in November. So, you know, maybe I'll do something special for my 5-year anniversary. I don't know. Let me know if you have any suggestions here in the community. All right, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Be kind to each other. Be blessed. And be back.